The definition of a protest is a statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something. Often they're a peaceful display hoping to invoke change. Earlier in the year, European farmers were under intense pressure to reach extreme climate goals, which was jeopardising their livelihoods. Pressure levelled by the World Economic Forum saw countries across Europe effectively declare war on farming in their fight to bring down emissions. But in the Netherlands, farmers made their voices heard, objecting to these extreme goals.
The Dutch government is embarked upon insane efforts to slash greenhouse gases and reduce the amount of nitrogen ammonia in the soil by 30 to 70% by 2030, or even by up to 95% in some places, in order to meet green EU climate change targets that Holland has signed up to. And this means literally turfing people off their farms. I guess that's one way to transform land use and food systems, eh, Rutte? Well, the Netherlands House of Representatives has released a statement which said, quote, "The honest message is that not all farmers will continue in business. Those who do will have to farm differently." Wow, just think about that. But everyday hard-working Dutch family farmers and others are now involved in massive and growing protests.
Those on the farm, those working day to day to provide our food are very aware of these risks, because they're aware, they can see how much more expensive nitrogen-based fertilisers have become, given these green net zero policies that have been adopted around the world. Now, fortunately for them, they've got pretty high prices at the moment, but almost all farmers realise that prices go up and down. And if they don't get their costs under control, when those prices go down, they'll be in a world of pain. And this is something, as I say, that I don't think the representative bodies, the NFF and others, understand or are focused on enough. Every time I go to agricultural meetings these days, conferences, all of the speeches are about climate change. All of them are about how we can make all this money from planting trees instead of growing cows or food. And it just sort of blows your mind that hang on. What happens when these good times end, when these high prices come back down, which they may do if the world goes to recession, and people are left with costs that are double or triple what they had before. They're not going to be able to stay in business. And now's the time when we are making good money in farming, good money in agriculture. Now's the time to prepare for that rainy day and get our house in order. But instead, we're focused on all of these frolics that are fads that won't be there when the world gets into some pain. People won't be paying for carbon credits if we get into a recession. They'll want food, but they'll want it at a reasonable price. And if we don't get our costs under control, we'll be in big trouble.
As we say goodbye to 2023, tensions around the world remain at an all-time high. Unrest domestically and internationally are fueling the flames of uncertainty. But one thing is almost certain: more extreme protests will continue in 2024.